everyone, welcome to the channel for new battle report. So this is the first game of ETC 2025. I didn't make any introduction video for ETC because I thought I talked long enough about my list. You saw it in so many battle reports. There isn't much to say about it. Maybe to give you a short introduction, this time at ETC we have 24 teams, so a bit less than the year before. I think we were maybe 28 last year. Some team missing like Australia, New Zealand, Sweden also. So this type of team are missing this year. But we have also a couple of new teams. I think Colombia weren't part of the ETC last year. They are here this year. So a bit of a switch. I'm not sure if we were 28 or 26 last year, but definitely a bit less team this year. We are paired round one against the flagless immigrants. So people from East. I'm facing Egor for the first round, and maybe to give you a bit of insight before the ETC, and I will try to do that before most of the round to give you a bit of context, because I know I didn't do any live session in English. I did it on my French channel. So if you want to have a couple of pictures about what happened at ETC, see some of the battle and stuff, there are plenty of my French speaking channel, but I didn't feel I have enough room, enough time to basically do live on both languages, and I just felt more comfortable to be in touch in French and talk in French during the event. It was for me more comfortable to be in exchange with the community, and also because at the moment there is still much more people following my French speaking channel than this channel, which is always a surprise for me, because I thought there is much more potential followers all over the world to follow this channel in comparison to the French-speaking one, but it's still not the case. It's still number one for me, the French-speaking channel. So was also for me the way to be in touch with most of my community, and also people have been following me for longer time because I had this channel before. So that's why I made all this content in French, but you can have a look at that if you're interested. And I will also try to compensate a little bit of that by giving you maybe a bit more insight at beginning or end of battle report, to give you also a bit of insight of my ETC, the way I lived it. Maybe just as introduction, if you recall last year for me, ETC started in a painful way. Suffered a big loss for round one, was a bit overconfident, underestimated the list I was facing, didn't have enough knowledge on the matchup. All that stuff made me basically fall into a trap and suffer a heavy loss, which is definitely not what you want to start your ETC, because basically after that you're not sure about anything. You're just losing all your confidence, and you're thinking, okay, maybe it's going bad this year, maybe I picked the wrong list. You have a lot of bad thoughts into your head, and trying to refocus is not that easy. That was definitely one of the struggles of last year for me. So definitely I took that with me. And as always, I think that's what I've been repeating a lot on this channel. For me, the main focus is trying to also show you how I've been able to improve as a player, because I started right at the bottom. I mean, I started some garage games, some games in a shop. I made plenty of bad mistakes, and I started to improve. And by analyzing more, I improve, and so on. And I'm still learning, and that's never. I think that's always going to be a journey. It's never going to be the end. So I'm always trying to improve, and that's really the way I've been trying to show on my channel, to try to be educative about the mistake I'm doing. And thanks to my example, you could be able to follow my path, and yourself, if you've never been to an ETC, maybe be part to an ETC team, and one day maybe even win a medal or ETC. So those kind of targets, I think I've shown with my own path that's achievable for anybody. You just have to be honest about your strength, weakness, work on them, and find a good play style. Sometimes not be too ambitious. You see my play style. I mean, not the more ambitious and active guy, but still able to basically be helpful for the team, bring some good matches, and have a good list, and have good performance as well in tournament. But definitely, that was some of the expectation for me this year. So be very cautious about the first round, be very focused, don't make bad mistake, think twice about the matchup. I don't want to fall again in this kind of traps. And mainly also I was still looking for, because I've been 4-5 times I think at ETC in the past, one time second place, winning a medal, so that was great. But in all those ETCs, I've never made more than 60 something points, never reached the bar of 70 plus or 80 plus. Those kind of limit, I've never reached that, meaning I've never been really one of those trying to help the team, moving forward, like really carrying the team and moving forward. I wanted to be one of those guys for Team Switzerland and be helping them to move forward and really be, yeah, kind of an engine for the team and pushing them forward. So I was really looking forward also this year, trying to make my reference ETC, making a good performance, be helpful for the team and reach a good total, because I've been doing good result in tournament but never at ETC. So that was also one of the goals for me. So yeah, starting with this ETC, very focused. Some good training, but not the best. I've been 2 weeks in vacation in July, which is definitely not the best because I was away, so I've played no game during this period. We had a short boot camp, but I think in comparison to most of the top contender at ETC, I think I had very few training games, and so was the case also for my teammates. So we didn't have much training against other teams, and we weren't the best prepared, I would say. So definitely for us, this first round was also to get into the competition and try to make a good entrance, good result, and then see what's come next. So for me personally, yeah, very focused, trying to make the good result. Obviously nervous starting the game. For me, it's always much harder to play game 1 than game 6. Despite the odds or what you are playing for me, game 1 is always the hardest because you have to come into the tournament. And having this bad experience from last year was twice the pressure on myself that I put on myself to try to make a better start. Anyway, let's start with the battle report. So you know already my list. This was my opponent's list. Quite typical Vermin Swarm list, not going too much into the detail, but you have the Master Thaumaturgy, you have the Triple Horse Prefect, 2 of them Scorchist Alchemist, you have some Deep Fire Thrower, you have some Canister Launcher, you have 2 Assassin, the BSB with Swarm Master, so all of that is typical, triple Legionaries in core, Shadowfur, Stygian, Drill Team, all of that is very classical. Then he picked the Experimental Weapon Team 2 times, and instead of the cannon, he went for the Thunderbrute. So that's a couple of choices that he made. He has a 4th Coin unit that can also ambush. So quite interesting. And you see 1 Stalker, 1 Courage as the banner. We were playing for this first round Hidden Agendas. I got Enslave and Ransom, so did my opponent. And I also got Settle the Score. I elected on his army list. You always have to keep in mind, I've said that plenty of time, on Settle the Score, something that's impactful in the matchup. So if that my opponent just decide to hide it, it's going to cost him because it's going to miss that. And if you want to play with it, and he's going to be tempted to play with it because it's an impactful unit, then I will have opportunities to kill it. It shouldn't be too hard to kill. So I picked those guys, Weapon Team, Deep Fire Thrower, because those toxic shots are scary for my high armored unit, and at the same time I have good tool to get rid of that unit. So that's what I picked. He got work as 1, so he needed to have more scoring than me at 9 inches of the center of the board at the end of the battle, which is not going to be so easy. And you see the spell selection for both. Matchup analysis, yeah, it's typical blocky Vermin Swarm list with good range damage. I think we are used to that. I have good tools to get rid of those. I think that's one of the matchup that I was looking forward to meet. So I have a positive estimation on that. I put 13 in our matrix. Primary objective, Enslave and Ransom for both of us, only doable if we engage. Settle the Score for me, he can hide obviously, but then he will be without a unit, and I still have 2 spells that can target 36. So even if he hide, I could have the opportunity to get rid of that unit within the 6th turn. Work as 1 for him is probably very hard. No matter what, for him, you see his 2 primary objectives, he needs to engage. If he doesn't engage, he make none of them. I can probably make Settle the Score at some point. At least I will put pressure on that and push forward, and that can be dangerous for him. So that's a bit the condition. I would say on primary I have a small advantage. Path to victory, Infernal Dwarves, range damage, find a way to engage, obviously. Put pressure on him, but not be trapped by the ambushing options. So I need to put pressure, use my Nafta Thrower, I need to be within 12 and stuff like that. Vermin Swarm, engage with full block and avoid any fight and protect the secondary, but that's not so easy to do. I think because I'm going to push him if he tries to avoid the fight. I'm going to be waiting a bit for the ambush. I don't need to start, so I can wait for the ambush. And then as soon as I saw what he did, I'm going to try to target some combat. Remember, if he drops, for example, like Shadowfur Stalker, maybe I can kill them, get points, and get also token for Enslave and Ransom. So it's not going to be so easy for him to really avoid me. Overall, yeah, I felt a good matchup for me. My opponent, Wanderer for side, elected to pick the side. He took the top side, which surprised me slightly, but maybe he didn't want some of the train. He picked the wall, the field and the hill as his train where he could ambush, all fine. And after that we exchanged a couple of drops, and at the 4th drop he elected to drop everything for first turn because he hasn't many drops. Like I said, I wasn't too interested to start, I wanted to see where he goes. So he went with a Scorchist Alchemist block on each side. In the middle, the big one here, you have most of the character. All of them have obviously the ability to ambush and also a captain. Here are the NAFTA guy or the flamethrower guy, and on the far right, obviously the guy that he wanted to hide. I think, yeah, he found a good spot with the ability to hide behind the hill, not be targeted too much by pyro. So very good choice, I think, here for the deployment of the canister. And the rest is everything in ambush. You have a unit of Thunderbrute, the 2 units of Shadowfur, and the Stygian. For my deployment, so I elected to put 2 vassal units within the water to avoid the weakness flaming. Then I put 2 of my NAFTA thrower, which is the main tool against VS, between the 2 zones of the map where he could ambush and between his 2 main units. So I think that was the safe choice. Then on the left you have the rocket battery. All of my blocks are 6 wide to avoid him getting the +1 to hit, basically with solid. So I wanted to avoid that, the war machine in the back. And on the left, I put together a big unit of vassal levies, and mainly my Lugar, who are very strong in the matchup, are able to really close this left flank, because if they fight against Scorchist Alchemist unit, I mean, I have a 3-up ward save against fire, so he has no big chance. So basically, closing the left flank with the Lugar, getting the 3 mortal in the middle, my NAFTA a bit more center right to counter, so very balanced approach. I could have a bit of a weakness on the right flank, but I can easily push then with the NAFTA and basically compensate that. His turn 1, he push in the middle of the map, gets a smite into my mortal, does nothing. Hit into on 4+ against my vassal levies, he killed 11 of them thanks to the weakness flaming, so he did a good job here. I passed my panic check. My turn 1, I push up the map, but not too much. I want to see the ambushing unit coming, so I'm staying quite far away at the moment, just covering the position. I move back with my vassal levies and reform them slightly to basically make his flamethrower less impactful, and I want him, if he gets into 18, to be slightly in danger of my other unit, but I cannot put too much pressure at the moment. Magic Phase get cage on the unit on the left, I kill 2, then I get a pyro flow on 3 dice against 4, so a bit lucky, and I kill 10 rats with the reroll 2 wound. So amazing result for my pyro flow. Rocket battery, kill another 2 on the left, so that's 12 rats kill on the left, and I kill another 2 with the rocket battery on the right, so good start for me. The bow shot also killed some rats, so very, very good start. Was a bit lucky on the Magic Phase. His turn 2, he went into range and gave me a charge on 6 with the Lugar. I felt okay, that might be an opportunity for me, because yeah, I can get a potential charge that could be interesting. And if I get into, thanks to the damage that I did, I think I can get that unit down. He tried to deploy wide to avoid my flamethrower to have too much of an impact, but at the same time he's going to lose quickly his +1 to wound, and that's going to be obviously an issue. It comes out with everything except 1 unit of Shadowfur, so 1 unit comes here to chaff me, a unit of canister to shoot. This unit comes behind and is protected to shoot. He got the line of sight here very smartly against my unit of Immortal. Stygian was a bit out of the way, he was a bit afraid of my rocket, I think, and then he repositioned his main units. In the Magic Phase, forgot to mention, the cage also killed 2 rats on the left, so that was nice. Got a smite, killed 2 immortals. He failed hereditary, but then with 4 dice against my 6, got a Wrath of God, which was annoying. So my turn 1, I was lucky to get 3 against 4, the pyro flow. Now it's his time to be lucky and have a Wrath of God, that's fine. Rattling did nothing, I guess. And then he hit me again on 4+ on the left, killed 12 of my little vassal levies, and they failed the 9 rollable panic check, so they are shaken. So yeah, bit annoying, but the unit is, no matter what, not going to be so helpful on the matchup, so that's not the end of the world. My turn 2. I go into charge. I have no rank, I know that, but he has no counter charge, and I'm able to position myself in a way that after the reform, or even if I stay like that, he has no counter charge. So basically I put enough model in base contact that he cannot counter charge me, so I feel totally safe. I can push here out of line of sight of this unit, forming a zone where he cannot really charge me. If he charge here, I counter charge, and the opposite is safe, so I was feeling very complicated for him to engage me, actually. And especially no way that he can chaff the Lugar. So the unit that he could charge would be this one, and then it would be countercharged by the Lugar. So I'm not afraid of that. You see here in the middle the Wrath of God, and here I get into range with the double Nafta within 12 to shoot him. Put also my mage in position. I could have tried to target the secondary here, but I'm thinking for later. Now I need to make work on his big unit to win the battle. Those guys reposition just to shoot and are a bit far away, but that's fine at the moment, just covering the position. So yeah, feeling I have good position, nothing bad can really happen for me. In the magic phase, and also, yeah, I forgot to mention, I charged with the Lugar on the left on 6 and I failed that charge. Would have been very sexy. I think with the amount of Lugar that I have, I'm very, very likely to break that unit due to his flaming attack, and that would have been huge in the matchup. So I failed that charge on the left on 6, but basically that was also a way for me to show him, if you give me a 6 charge, I'm going to take it. Okay, what happened? The Wrath of God comes down, one shot my War Machine, so yeah, that's it, nothing I can do. Kill some other guys, I think some Vassal Levies. The Levies are going to rally on a 9. What else? I got Cage of Ember on the big unit in the middle, kill 2 rats, get a Fireball, kill some 4 rats, made a miscast, kill some of my guys. Nafta Thrower, I kill 11, and second one roll a 1, unfortunately, so I expected more, but I kill 11, that's already a good start. And the close combat, I did 4 wounds, he did 4 wounds, so that was a draw. Yeah, I think we drew, maybe he did one more than me, but we drew at the end of the combat, so we stayed like that. I was able to reform first, make any counter charge impossible, so everything going according to plan. His turn 3, he moves out with this unit, give me a chaff to slow me down on the left, he charged me, he popped the assassin and charged into my vassal, my immortal unit who have the BSB and a War Machine. I was a bit surprised of that. I know that I roll a 1 on one of the War Machines, so maybe he thought that's a unique opportunity. Next round I cannot do that anymore, so he wanted to try. I'm bodyguard, he would need to kill my BSB. If he doesn't, I have a counter charge. Even if I don't counter charge, I'm feeling quite good on this combat. I have so many immortals in the unit, plus the BSB, plus the War Machine. I think that's a pretty good combat for me. And as you can see, he has only 3 ranks, so he has no +1 to wound. It's not going to be easy for him to win, definitely. Other than that, yeah, I was very surprised by that move on the right. It just completely disrespect my vassal levies and give me a flank charge. I was very surprised at that. Obviously wanted good positioning to shoot everything against my immortal, and you will see he will do a very good result on them, killing more than half of the unit, obviously. But by doing that, yeah, give me a flank charge here, and I'm feeling that's a charge I can take every day, definitely. So I don't know if he thought about fleeing or what he wanted to do, but I was very surprised of that. Yeah, that's it. Then in his magic phase, he got a smite, which did nothing. He got -1 to wound, I think, into the combat. Flamethrower and all his shooting killed like 8 or 9 immortals, so he did very good result. The close combat on the right, I one-shot the remaining guys, so I took here 1 point, which is nice for me. And the combat in the middle, he auto-broke. He did almost nothing, tried to kill my BSB, did nothing. I think he has not much AP. And basically I went back, and yeah, BSB was rerolling to wound on the grind, on the attack, thanks to the cage. And the remaining attack, wounding on 2 up, 3+ battle focus, plus the grind on 2+, that's too much. So he auto-broke from combat, I run him down, which is 2 points for Enslave and Ransom, and that's a big unit out of the board. So wow, that's a huge moment for me. Let's see what I can do on my turn 3. I elected not to charge because I don't need to, so I just went in front, will shoot with double Nafta. This unit obviously charged in the flank, was a rerollable charge thanks to the proximity of the general, thanks to the banner, their master banner. So I'm going to be battle focused, charge flank, I have a solid static. That should be fine. It already has a token, so maybe I can get Dragon Roar or Flaming Sword. This unit is ready in case I need to. And what else? I charge with the Lugar against the Chaff, trying to make, because I got 3 points at the moment, so I want to get the 4th point, but Enslave and Ransom should be mine. And then I need to kill this unit here. So this turn I want to put all my magic to reduce the bunker, basically the last big unit that he has. He has one that's going to pop out at some point, but I'm thinking if I reduce this one, he cannot engage, and then I'm in control, and I still have 3 turns to kill those canisters, so that should be fine. That was my thought process. And also here I could have an overrun here in case he flee. So that could be nice as well. I didn't want to charge with the vassal levies because he could easily flee behind all his unit and behind the hill. So that's why I didn't charge with the vassal levies, just reposition far away from the Stygian. That's something always you need to be careful about when you got a solid advantage. Don't make any stupid mistakes, or don't give opportunities to your opponent to come back into the game. Also here I move out of arc of that to not give any flank charge or something that could combine and put me in trouble. Anyway, in the magic phase he dispelled the pyroflow. I got a flaming sword on the little vassal in the flank, making sure that combat is fine. And I also got dragon roar into this guy here, so I can press weapon, double naphtha thrower. That's going to be huge damage. I do 12 and 8 on the naphtha, and I got 1 on the dragon roar, so that's a total of 21 rats dead. So yeah, I mean, juicy target, reroll to wound, wounding on 2 up, that's way too much. Close combat on the Rhine, auto break. I made like 5 wounds because of the reroll to wound and +1 to wound from flaming sword. Auto broke. I catch him, so perfect for me. I didn't catch the weapon team, but still that was very good. And I killed those guys on the left, so everything working well. This is a nice battlefield picture. I try to take some of those. I think it's very. I like this view to be in the battlefield. I think it's very nice. Even not all my model I finished to be painted, but I think it's some great images of the fight. His turn 4. What else? So he moved these guys back to hide. These guys go underground, obviously. This unit comes back, and this unit move around here to shoot me in the flank, I think. Magic phase, what did he get? Nothing, because he's out of the table. He killed 6 immortal total with all his shooting, which is good. My turn. I charge with the Lugas on the left. He's flaming attack, so I have 3 up, ward save. That should be fine. I place my shooting to kill that, and I want to control the center. If the last unit comes here, my mage is here trying to get those guys for the secondary, obviously. I position also those guys to shoot. Those guys look at the middle. Here I attempted a charge on 5, but I fail it. In the magic phase, I got a cage, did some wound on the war machine, dragon roar. I killed the war machine basically 2 times, so those 2 are killed. I took my secondary objective / primary objective, so that's very good for me. He doesn't get enslave and ransom, doesn't get work as 1, so I'm going to be by +4. And the guys on the left, I break him, he ran, but I didn't catch him this turn. He's turn 5, he's going to rally up top. The bunker comes back here to threaten me. He will do plenty of damage on this unit. These guys come back here to try to get me. He's going to get a -1 to wound, but miscast Witchfire, kill some of his own rats, like 5, which is not good. And then smite on 4 dice against 3, kill 4 of the immortal, shooting another 2. So yeah, he killed plenty of immortals this turn. My 5, I charge again into that combat. Those guys move just out of arc, ready to move back into the center if I need to. Those guys as well can march on my turn 6. I'm playing second, so no problem. My naphtha go within 12. My mage is here in range of that. Yeah, he can come here. I have counter charge everywhere, so everything fine. Magic phase, I get a cage on the big unit, get flaming sword on the vassal levies in front of the Stygian, and the naphtha kill another 6 rats. So yeah, I kill almost all of them already. His last turn, tried to move away, lost some wounds on the cage, tried to save the character. He charged me, so yeah, he went all in until the end. I passed the terror check, 9 rollable. I stick and then I counter charge everywhere. He dies. Here I kill some stuff on my 6, and that's how we ended up. Which is big win for Infernal Dwarves. I got all my primaries. He got none, and I got a lot of points. Almost kill everything. He has some characters left, but not much at the end of the battle. Post-game analysis. Yeah, he tried to go for the win. I think, like we said at the beginning, I had a small advantage on the objective, but not that much. He could have tried to defend, but I'm going to push after the ambush are here. It's not so easy to avoid me getting those objectives. I tried to go for it. It just bounced on turn 3, straight bounce from close combat. And I think the mistake of not showing respect to the levies, giving me also the charge in the flank, was obviously punished here. For myself, I went with a solid balance setup, just waiting for him to basically release the ambush, to see the opportunities I have, go into range, to do range damage, use my tool. never being too overconfident, just being cautious, just doing very tactical stuff, step by step, according to plan, minimizing the risk or the volatility in the combat. And I think that was right. So the only moment where he could have been lucky was obviously his turn 3. When he charged me, if I recall correctly, he had the 2 assassins against my BSB, which did nothing, but he could have potentially got my BSB, potentially make me test. But I think overall it's not likely that he wins the combat. Maybe he can kill my BSB, and then I counter charge if he sticks. That could have been a potential other end for him, but that was definitely an issue. And even if he killed the BSB, he was auto-breaking, so it would have been a hard test not to be run down. So I think overall it was too hard combat for him to take. And for him, yeah, he had no reverse G. He tried until the end. Everything into every combat he could, which obviously stopped him from saving some points from this battle. I think could have tried to flee with the Thunder, try to move a bit more back with his unit, try to defend a bit, not give me away the Enslave and Ransom. So I think could have tried to play a bit different to make it harder for me to get so many points. I think that something he could have done by trying to really go at me in such a way. Yeah, it was not likely that it end up so well for his army. About the round, we got a good pairing, like you can see. I put here the expected result from pairing, and here you have the real result from basically from new recruit. We got a very solid 10-10 from Dimitri against their best player, Shiny. And then we got some strong victory, and that was enough for us to cap this round. So we got a very good win to start well ETC. Thanks to our opponent for the games, it was nice games. And I will talk to you soon for round number 2, which is going to be against Italy. So talk to you soon on channel. Goodbye.